Welcome back to Let's Play Plague Inc. Evolved! The Raptor from Saturn here, and today we're gonna do a fun one. Oh boy, howdy are we. Welcome to the Shadow Plague. Now, I know I said the fungus was my favorite, and that's not a lie, but as official doctor of Vampirology, I gotta hand it to the Shadow Plague. Sentient, mutagenic pathogen triggers a powerful thirst for blood! Not only is this a really cool scenario, it involves vampires! And I like vampires! A lot! So, let's do this, shall we? So for our genes, we actually have only 2 genes that are standard. We have blood genes, which basically increase the amount of DNA for things. We have Healthy Eater, increases vampire maximum health, not a bad choice. Scavenger, vampire gets more DNA from destroying labs and Templar bases, pretty useful. Brawler, vampire blood rage ability doesn't cost DNA. Things that make things cost nothing are always useful. Berserker, vampire blood rage ability kills more people, not a bad one. Harvester, vampire gets more DNA when consuming people using blood rage. Useful for certain strategies, but not the one I'm going for. I'm going for Scavenger, just because I like getting more DNA. We have for flight genes, because, hey, guess what? You can turn into a bat. That's fun. Bat Bolt, vampire flight range increases. Budget Bat, vampire flight ability doesn't cost DNA. Fairweather Bat, vampire flies faster when not injured. Aerophobic Bat, vampire flies faster but flying damages health. And my personal favorite, Socially Awkward Bat, vampire starts blood rage automatically when entering a new country. Just like the vampire flies there and is like, oh boy, what am I gonna do? And someone's like, hey buddy, you look new, can I help you? He's like, oh fuck, ah! Stab, 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 and just murders the poor guy. I mean, that's what happens when you're a socially awkward vampire. I'm gonna go with Budget Bat, because part of my strategy is going to involve running around like a madman. We got Terrorcyte, Aerocyte, Aquacyte, Suppression, and Native Biome. I kind of like Suppression, actually, for this, because there's going to be a point where they start closing their borders. But I think I'm going to stick with Native Biome, just because. I'm going to go with Extremophile, because that's always useful. And lastly, we have Shadow Genes, which this is the one gene I haven't unlocked. Oops. All bubbles are popped automatically for you. Can be very useful. Witch Doctor, vampires heal faster when in its lair. Unholy Engineer, harder for drones to target lairs. Shadow Spawn, vampires less likely to be spotted in countries with lairs. Frugal Researcher, lay DNA most triggers with fewer infected people. These are all they're all useful, but none of them are like, oh man, that's the best thing in the world. But for my strategy, I want Shadow Spawn. Vampire less likely to be spotted in countries with lairs. So, with our things set up, we're going to go for normal difficulty. And the standard name for this is Nox Eternus, which for those of you who are up on your Latin, you know that means eternal night or eternal darkness. But we're going to call it Romanovism, because screw you guys, I can do what I want, including reference my own creative material. Centuries ago, a human close to death was infected by a sentient pathogen, the Shadow Plague. Buried deep underground, the human was slowly consumed and transformed. The Shadow Plague has fully mutated the DNA of its host into a being of great power. Now, driven by eternal hunger, it is time to rejoin the world. This time, humanity will fail. So we're going to start in Germany. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why, but I just want to start in Germany, okay? Leave me alone. The world has changed beyond belief, but the vampire can already smell the blood of billions of humans waiting to be consumed and subjugated. And indeed, that is how we will be handling this scenario. You can choose to kill everybody, but that leaves nothing for the vampire to eat. After all, you have to keep the livestock under control, so let's do that. Alright, so you start off with Bloodthirst. Vampire feeds by drinking the blood from its victims while it's there still alive, and eventually sucking them dry. That, yeah. Even though it says we have no lethality, we actually do. We just murder people simply by being in a place. We're gonna go with Night Wraith. Vampire adapts to the modern world and is able to feed much more stealthily as well as concealing their presence, making it harder for humans to detect the vampire. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with Layers. Vampire is able to create a layer for its rest and heal. Also generates DNA, with the infected population meaning more DNA is generated. And Therianthropy. Vampire gains the ability to temporarily mutate into a vast, winged, bat-like creature. Allows travel to nearby countries. As you might imagine, we want to pick that one right up. We're also going to pick up Shadow Blessing. The vampire releases the Shadow Plague to help subjugate humanity. Victims develop severe bruising. So there's going to be quite a bit of severity from the get-go. But I'm cool with that. So I'm just going to set up a lair here in Germany. Vampire creates a lair in Germany. Hidden away from humans, this lair acts as a base for the vampire. Here it can heal itself, as well as generate DNA by conducting genetic experiments on healthy and infected people. So yeah, we're just going to sit here, chill a little bit. And then it'll eventually find us. Romanovism created by the vampire. The vampire releases a unique strain of the Shadow Plague called Romanovism, which spreads independently from the vampire. Infected humans have no idea what the vampire has planned for them. Boy, howdy, don't they. To that end, I'm actually just going to evolve Blood Gift. Vampire visits hundreds of human eats each night and marks them in blood, infecting them with the Shadow Plague. I'm also going to go for Zoonotic Shift, which will increase our infectivity a wee bit. Increases infectivity, mutation chance, and makes cross-species infection possible. It does increase future research speed. A little dangerous. So, on second thought, I don't think I'll get that now, but I will get... Actually, no, I will get it. Because then we can get bats, and dogs, and wolves. It'll take them a while to find us, and if we play our cards right, I haven't seen them get the cure over 50%, so I should be able to handle it. Your vampire can change the world. Your vampire shows a red icon on the world map. It has unique powers and abilities, so use it wisely as you try to cover the world in shadow. So yeah, we're just gonna wait here, infecting as many people as we can in Germany. Spain announced, ravaged body found near bat colony in Germany. So that's a thing. Woman catches man flu. What's a man flu? You know, on second thought, don't answer that question. Hacker discovers bloody murder scene in Germany. Yeah, we're kind of drawing attention to ourselves, what with all the murdering and the stabbing and the killing and the... Oh, God! So, I think at this point, we should GTFO. I'm gonna go to Libya. Expect storms and freak weather more often, says World Health Organization. Alright, we're in Libya now. Templar Industries, world's now largest defense company. I'm sure they won't be a problem at all. Student trip in Germany ends in bloodbath. Oh, that's unfortunate. New island found in the Pacific. Large social network IPO doesn't meet expectations. Please find bite marks on murder victim in Libya. And on that note, we're leaving. Bye! And we're just going to evolve Dark Cloud. And... we don't have enough to do that and both set up a West African lair. So let's not. And just set up that West African lair. And then we wait for Dark Cloud. There we go. So the vampire continuously secretes a shadow plague everywhere they go. Hundreds of thousands of people are infected every day. Vampire able to meditate and emit the shadow plague in a huge cloud. Tens of thousands of humans infected each day. So basically everywhere I go, there's this huge cloud of stank following me around. Yeah, that sounds about right. Boop, boop. Ah, they got a blood bank rated attack in Central Africa. Blood murders reported in Central Africa. CDC approves new diagnostic test for dengue virus. Hooray! We like the dengue virus being not a thing. Hey, look at that. We're spreading. Blood cult now suspected of brutal murders in Central Africa. That actually means I've stayed too long. Let's go to Saudi Arabia. I'm sure they'll never find us here. So, what my plan is basically to hop from place to place in the world, spreading my infection while going otherwise undetected. And setting up another blood-drinking murders reported in Saudi Arabia. Nocturnal symptom. There seems to be a little bit of a glitch here. My flashy purple goodness isn't showing up. That's sad. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer before getting out of here. Saudi Arabia forms police team on blood cult. That's my cue to skedaddle to India, where we will stay for only a little while before getting the last corrupted air. The shadow plague erupts out of every pore in the vampire's body. Millions are infected each day. So yeah, that's the thing. And we're gonna set up a layer here. Ooh, there we go! I was wondering when that was gonna happen. We're gonna set up a layer here in, actually, we're gonna go to Southeast Asia to do that. Because that's a more central location from which we can reach pretty much everywhere we couldn't reach everywhere else. Romanovism struggles to spread in harsh climates. In order to infect people in hot, cold, or rich countries, you will need to upgrade your layers, given specific climate tolerances, and build them in key countries. Yeah, usually that's a good strategy. Not what we're doing today. Blood-drinking murders reported in Southeast Asia. Mystery surrounds murders in graveyard in India. Look at all of these, like, we just found bodies everywhere. Performance police teams to hunt blood cult. That's my cue to get out of here. I'm so slow. And I'm just gonna start healing up Nintendo to pixelate Toad in the future. I do like how that's a red one. It's like, oh god, Toad is coming. Unknown disease spouted in Central Africa. Blood-drinking murders. China forms police teams to hunt blood cult. Again, that's my cue to skiddly-doo. And we're going to get travel speed increase and shadow portal. When traveling, the vampire is able to instantly travel to any layer in the world, regardless of distance. Yes, we can now literally teleport. Very, very useful. Blood-drinking murders reported in Kazakhstan. And they've already formed a police team. That's fine. We've already infected the entirety of Kazakhstan. Let's go to Italy, because fuck them. China's getting infected quite nicely. Saudi Arabia is actually getting infected a lot better than I would have hoped. We did get travel speed 1. Vampires double the size of their wingspan and when in bat form, increase in slice distance and speed. We're going to need that. Blood-drinking murders reported in Italy. Italy forms police teams to hunt the blood cult. That's my cue to go to West Africa. And from here, we're just gonna, cross an ocean, no biggie. Whee! And go to Brazil. and set up a little base over here. Rio Olympics mystery. Mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the Rio Olympics. Organized promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. Indeed. So, we're just gonna hang out in Brazil for a little bit. Blood drinking murders reported in Brazil. Ooh. Brazil forms police teams. That's my cue to get out of here and go to Central America one. I do like it when we just spread automatically like that. I'm gonna pick up Blood Rage now, because that's always useful. Can I get both dogs and wolves? I can. But I also kind of like having bats. I think I'm gonna go for bats and doggos. I'm sorry, doggos. The mutation chance is kind of what we like, but blood drinking murders reported in Central America. Bouncer and alley tortured in Brazil. South America forms teams to hunt the blood cult. If you'll excuse me, I'm going away. New aid program for poor countries. The UN announced a new aid initiative for poor countries, make them less vulnerable to disease. How that would be a thing, if I weren't already very busy and capable of basically infecting people by looking at them funny. Blood drinking murders reported in the Caribbean. That seems like the worst place for a vampire to be. Just gonna say. And let's fly to... No, let's go to America. I usually like to go to Canada, but this is fine too. We'll put our base up in... I think that's Maine up there. And I'm just gonna sit here. University debate controversy. I think we've seen that one before, and I think I decided I'm not gonna worry about it. Romanism placed on watch list. Romanism has been placed on the World Health Organization watch list due to its cause severe bruising in its victims. Governments warned that it is highly unpredictable. They're not wrong. Vampire feeding attacks trench in the USA. The vampire feeds by drinking the blood of its victims, leaving behind drained corpses. It is only a matter of time before the humans realize they are dealing with something far worse than a murderous cult. And on that note, I'm going to Canada! Screw you crazy Yankees, you're all nuts! Dark pustules mutated. Wonderful! Dark pustules is always very useful. I'm gonna go for doggies, because doggies? Because dark pustules is basically the only thing you can evolve that, decreases the cure. I'm also gonna go for dark ritual here. The vampire is not under attack during a blood rage and enters a trance what lets it heal rapidly. Basically, when I start killing people, not only do I get free DNA, I also start healing. Have blood drinking murders reported in Canada. Hooray! If I infect all of Canada before they send police teams out... Oh, no. Not gonna happen. Oh well. We'll go to Greenland. I know I can infect them pretty fast. Whee! Yep, see, there we go. Blood drinking murders reported in Greenland. And they're pretty much all under our control. So I'm going to fly to Iceland. Oh yes, they're starting cure research. Templar Industries conduct high-tech research base. Blood drinking murders reported in Iceland. WHO laboratory established in Turkey. A new lab built in Turkey to cure Romanism. Due to concerns over the unusual and unpredictable nature of Romanism, the World Health Organization is funding a new global system of research. These labs will try to cure the pathogen and train research staff in other countries. So that's a thing we're going to want to take care of. So we're just going to teleport over to Germany, teleport over to Turkey, get ourselves an upgrade in our bloodlust for adrenal surge, and we're just going to say no. Lab destroyed in Turkey. No official information has been provided, but confusing reports are coming in about the total destruction of the Hugh Research Laboratory in Turkey. There's also a large number of casualties. Set up to cure Romanovism, loss of this lab will be a setback to global cure efforts. Indeed it will be. Blood cult murders continue worldwide. As the body count climbs, government worldwide are working together to try and stop the blood clot murders. So far, no one has been caught, but they claim it is only a matter of time. Yeah, I'm sure you're thinking that, but fortunately for me, I'm already everywhere I need to be. I'm like MasterCard. Oh hey, they opened a lab in Poland. We can't have that now, can we? I say thee nay! And we're just gonna sit here and infect Poland. You know, I think I'm gonna go to Germany and just start infecting them. And World Cup canceled. The World Cup has been canceled due to fears over Omicron. Just gonna spread as much as I can in my home country. It should be fun. Cult leader tracked in Germany. Authorities in Germany have confirmed that they are tracking a highly dangerous individual who they believe is responsible for the horrifying blood cult murders that have shocked the world. Oh no. So that's basically your last, you better get ready, the badness is coming warning. We're gonna get anemia, decreased volume of red blood cells leads to infected looking pale, increases infectivity. Paler, suppressed blood flow gives victims a deadly white appearance, increases infectivity. Weeping sores, misshapen shores appear on the face and ooze dark pus, increasing infectivity. Also disgusting. Hyperdontia, the teeth in the infected grow and can protrude from the mouth, increases infectivity. Jugular bite, the infected feel an urge to go and bite others on the neck, specifically targeting the jugular, increases infectivity, but also increases severity. That's okay. We're gonna go for this next, after, of course, we get dark infiltration. Vampire melds with the darkness and is able to move undetected at night. Blood rage becomes more powerful. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna go to Egypt. I've always liked Egypt. Maybe I'll get a zombie pharaoh. Templar Industries reveal global vampire threat. The secretive multinational defense company says a vampire is behind the shocking blood cult murders as well as the outbreak of Romanovism. Templar Industries claim to be taking urgent action to defend humanity. Steroidal boost symptom mutated. Romanovism has mutated and developed the steroidal boost symptom without using DNA. Lovely. Am I missing any labs? I don't think I'm missing any labs. And with that, the Templar will actually be coming pretty soon. But you know what? I'm gonna get Shadow Slaves. Neuropathic manipulation causes severe behavioral abnormalities and eventually permanent psychosis, causing infected to become slaves to the vampire. So that's basically your win condition. Templar Industries activate military protocols. Claiming that humanity is at risk of extinction, Templar Industries have activated advanced military bases around the globe to fight the vampire threat. And on that note, the real war begins, and I shall see you next time when we crush the last bit of human resistance. See you then.